What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I have my updated 2021-2022 NFL predictions for you guys. I went 5 for 6 in the wild card round, so today we're going over those picks, making my divisional round picks, and then we're going to do AFC, NFC Championship, and then finally the Super Bowl. How did you guys enjoy wild card playoffs? In the comments down below, let me know your favorite wild card game from this previous weekend, and who do you have in the Super Bowl this year, and who do you have winning it? If you're excited for this one, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you're new, I would greatly appreciate it. Can we get this video to 100 likes? And like my other predictions, these are just my opinions. So if I don't pick your team to go to the Super Bowl, don't worry. I'm not a professional NFL analyst. This is not going to be 100% correct. This is just my opinion. So without further ado, hope you all enjoy the video and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so hot, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Red button beaming.
Okay, everyone, so before I get into my divisional round picks, NFC, AFC Championship, and the Super Bowl, the first thing we're going to do is go over my picks from the wild card round, see how I did before we make the new picks. So the first game I predicted was the Bengals would beat the Raiders. Very good game, came down to the wire, obviously, with that blown whistle in that game. Those refs will not be reffing another playoff game in the future for the remainder of the season. I know some Raiders fans are going to be salty about that one, but you still had a chance to come back and win that game, and the Bengals were the better team in my opinion. Then we move on to the Patriots and the Bills, and the Bills really surprised you on how much they blew out the Patriots. Definitely thought this would be one of the closer games of the weekend, but the Bills are the first team in NFL history to go a perfect 7 for 7 in a playoff game with 7 straight touchdowns before finally needing the ball out at the end of the game to pick up the win. Their offense played amazing. The Patriots did not show up defensively. Offensively, it looked like they had a decent drive going before Micah Hyde made that great interception at the beginning of the game, and that really turned the game in my opinion. But the Patriots did not show up. They have work to do in the offseason, but still a bright future for them. But the Bills, if they play like that every single game, offensively, defensively, they're going to be tough to stop. Same can be said for the Chiefs here. Their defense didn't play great against the Steelers. Definitely didn't play bad though, but that offense is clicking on all cylinders, like I said in my last predictions video. So Bills Chiefs going to be a really exciting game. Wonder who's going to come out on top of that one. That's going to be a tough game to pick in the divisional round, which we'll get to in a little bit. Then we're going to move on to the NFC side. So we have the Cardinals and the Rams, and that game just wrapped up Monday Night Football. And the Cardinals really disappointed me here. The only game I got wrong in the wild card round, the Cardinals did not show up. Speaking of a team that didn't show up, I don't know what Kyler Murray was doing, that offense was doing. The defense was getting run on like no tomorrow. They couldn't stop the Rams offense. They couldn't get anything going on offense. Their team did not show up. The Cardinals, I don't know what happened to you guys mid-season. I thought you were one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team in the league. You guys completely fell apart, and the Rams are moving on, and they look dominant in that win. But I think it's more the Cardinals being bad than the Rams really being great. We'll see what happens with them against Tampa Bay next week, because that will really prove how good the Rams actually are. Then I predicted this upset. We had the 49ers over the Cowboys. That game obviously comes down to the wire. Another problem with the refs there. Ran into Dak Prescott. Didn't have a second chance to spike it at the end there to go for one final play to see who could pick up the win. But I think the 49ers were the better team the majority of the game. Jimmy G almost threw the game away with that pick, and the Cowboys scored the touchdown. They didn't pick up the fourth down with that QB sneak. Definitely thought they did. Then a false start, had to punt it. Cowboys had a chance to win it. That was a crazy ending, but the 49ers, in my opinion, were the better team in that game for at least the first 3 quarters and probably till the end as well. But the Cowboys were almost able to pull off that comeback. That would have been one of the greatest comebacks in playoff history. And then finally, we have the Eagles at the Buccaneers. A lot of blowouts in the wild card round this game as well. Buccaneers on defense showed up. Their defense looked like their Super Bowl defense from last year in the playoffs. If they're playing like that, they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs. And Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski, they look great. They were able to run the ball with Keyshawn Vaughn and Giovanni Bernard. If they get Leonard Fournette back next week, that's going to be even better for them. Ronald Jones as well. They have their best 2 running backs, and they still can run the ball a little bit. And Tom Brady in the playoffs, you can't bet against them. So overall, in the wild card round, I went 5 for 6. The only team that really disappointed me here was the Cardinals. They looked horrible, but okay, let's make the picks for the divisional. Okay, so we'll start things off in the AFC. We have the Bills at the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, and we have the Bengals at the 1-seeded Titans coming out of their bye. So Bills Chiefs first. Probably going to be game of the week, in my opinion, on Sunday Sunday Night Football. If both of these teams played like they did in the wild card round, we're going to have a shootout on our hands. It's going to be an exciting game. Most high scoring game, in my opinion, for the week is going to be Bills versus Chiefs. And it's really going to be which defense can get more stops, because both offenses look great right now. Which offense either isn't going to show up, or which defense is going to show up and make plays on the opposing team to get some stops, get some turnovers. We saw this in the regular season, but it was a long time ago in the regular season, so I don't know how much we could take out of that, because the Chiefs weren't looking good at that point in the year. So the Bills went into Kansas City, really were able to handle their business against Kansas City earlier this season, but again, don't know how much we could take out of that one. So this game can really go either way. I'm going to stay with the Chiefs though, because I picked them last week over the Bills, even though I did like what I saw from the Bills, and last week I was a little more skeptical on the Bills than I am this week. I like what their offense did, but I am going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs because I went with them last week against the Bills. But it really is going to be which defense can come up with a stop or two, and that's going to tell the game and really decide the winner. And Kansas City has home field advantage, so that's definitely a plus as well. Then we have the 4-seeded Bengals at the 1-seeded Titans, and it's going to be, can the Bengals stop Derrick Henry? If they can stop Derrick Henry, I definitely think they'll have success on offense. The Bengals will put up points against the Titans, even though their defense has been playing better towards the second half of the season. They get healthier with the bye week. Obviously, their offense is going to be really good with Derrick Henry. It's going to go back to being Derrick Henry's team. So it's going to be, can the Bengals defense stop Derrick Henry? And I'm going to say they cannot. I could see them neutralizing him a little bit, but if you make your whole defensive game plan about Derrick Henry, that's when the play action comes into play. And Ryan Tannehill has shown he can burn you on the play action. Now they have a healthy AJ Brown, Julio Jones. With the bye week, they get a chance to rest up here as the 1 seed. The Titans, I picked them over the Bengals last week to go up against the Bengals and beat them, so I'm going to stay with that as well. Can't change my pick on the Titans because they're coming out of the bye. They didn't even play, and the Bengals look good. They didn't look incredible though against the Raiders. That was a close game. Definitely thought they were the better team. Was hoping they would make a better statement against the Raiders, but that was a really close game, so I am going to go with the 1-seeded Titans. Then we're going to go to the NFC, and I really don't know with the NFC. This is going to be tough. The Rams, like I said, look great against the Cardinals. They look great on Monday Night Football, but again, I still think that's because the Cardinals didn't show up more than the Rams showing up. They took the ball out of Matthew Stafford's hand, which is actually the way you have to do this if you want to win the game. I know Matthew Stafford is an improvement from Jared Goff, and they got him to throw the ball, but put him in a better situation like play action passes. That's where this offense is going to thrive. That's where Matthew Stafford is going to make better passes where he's not going to put the ball in harm's way, and that's what you have to do against this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. I know they're great against the run, but if you're Matthew Stafford and the Rams, you have to stay with your game plan. You have to keep running the ball, because if you try to pass it off the bat, you're not going to have success against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You need to use both portions of your offense here. Stick to your game plan. Don't worry what the Buccaneers are great at, because if you don't go to the run game, you don't get the play action working, Matthew Stafford is going to turn over the ball, and if you turn over the ball to Tom Brady in the playoffs, he is going to make you pay. And Tom Brady looked amazing against the Eagles. You can say what you want about the Eagles, maybe shouldn't have been there as well in the playoffs, but Tom Brady did what he had to do. Mike Evans looked great. That offense was rolling. Their defense played like their Super Bowl defense from last year. So if that's going to be the case, they're a Super Bowl contender, no doubt about it. So I originally had the Cardinals over the Buccaneers, but I like the Buccaneers now over the Rams from what I saw from both of these teams this last weekend. And then finally we have the 49ers and the Packers, and originally had the Packers here over the 49ers. This was the pick that I had last week, and I still like that to happen. But if Nick Bosa and Fred Warner are playing, the 49ers have a better chance. If they don't have Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, they have no chance. The Packers will roll the 49ers, but I think the 49ers are one of the hottest teams in the league. It's going to be really, really cold in Lambeau though, so I don't know what Jimmy G is going to do. If you can keep the ball out of Jimmy G's hands, run the ball, give it to Debo, give it to Elijah Mitchell. Same thing like the Rams, keep it in play action, stick to your game plan, keep running the ball. You can have a chance, but if you don't have Fred Warner and you don't have Nick Bosa, you're not going to get any pressure on Aaron Rodgers, and if you give Aaron Rodgers time, he is going to carve you up, no doubt about it. So I think we're going to have a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game in Lambeau Field. I think it's going to be Packers versus Buccaneers, and then in the AFC, we're going to have the 1-seeded Titans hosting the Chiefs. AFC and NFC Championship time, and I do have the 1 and 2 seed in both conferences here. Chances are one of them are going to get upset this weekend, so maybe this won't happen, but I have to go with who I think are the better teams at this point, and I think the top 2 seeds in both conferences are the best teams, and this is where we're at right now. So we have the Chiefs at the Titans, and we have the Buccaneers at the Packers. First, we'll start with the AFC, and the Chiefs, again, their defense is a little suspect. I don't see them stopping Derrick Henry, and I think the Titans offense is explosive enough to keep up with the Chiefs offense. So if the problem is they cannot stop Derrick Henry, the Chiefs have no chance in winning this game unless Patrick Mahomes is going to go vintage Patrick Mahomes and put up a 50 spot on the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. If he can do that, they can win any game. Obviously, their offense is exploding. They can win any game, but I do see the Titans winning this game because they're able to run the ball, keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, keep the ball on the ground, limit the Chiefs' possessions on offense, win a low-scoring game. If you get into a shootout, the Titans can still win. Like I said, they do have an explosive offense, but if I'm the Titans, I want to keep this like a 21-17 ball game, and I think they can do that. I'm going to go with the Titans here in the AFC Championship game, and then we have the Buccaneers and the Packers, probably the game of the playoffs. The winner of this game will probably win the Super Bowl, in my opinion. So we have Bucks at Packers, and we're basically getting a rematch of what we did last year. The Packers are probably better. Buccaneers might be a little worse than they were last year. No Godwin, no Fournette. Maybe at this point they get Fournette back. Godwin obviously out for the season, so they're not going to be getting him back. So I do see the Packers winning it here, but I could easily see Tom Brady being playoff time. You can't bet against them. I could see the Buccaneers winning this game, but I think this is the year that Aaron Rodgers finally gets over the hump of the NFC Championship game, gets into the Super Bowl for the first time since he won the Super Bowl in 2011. If this is not the year, then I don't know what year it's going to be for Aaron Rodgers. Will he retire after this year? Will he go to a different team? We will have to see, but you're getting a healthy team back, fully rested, NFC Championship game, once again, going through Lambeau Field. You got to win this game. And finally, we are at SoFi Stadium for the Super Bowl. It is Packers versus Titans here, and the Titans game plan for this game is kind of going to be their game plan like they had for the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, run the ball with Derrick Henry, play action passes, Ryan Tannehill, get out of the pocket, make some plays, scramble. You can run with the ball as well. Just keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline because your defense is solid, but Aaron Rodgers can still carve it up if he has time. And the Titans haven't had the best pass rush this year. Definitely not bad, but they haven't had a great pass rush. So Aaron Rodgers definitely going to have time in the pocket in this game. And there's nobody on this Titans defense that can lock up Davante Adams. I don't care if you double him, triple him, not going to happen. So Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers are going to get theirs in the Super Bowl. So you have to game manage this game, keep the ball on the ground, win a low scoring game against the Packers, high scoring. I like the Packers' chances against the Titans. If the Titans can keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, they can win this game, but I do think Aaron Rodgers is just on a mission this year. Just have a feeling that Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are finally going to get that Super Bowl that they've waited for the last 10 years since the last time they won it. After being 0-4 in the last 4 NFC Championship games, they finally win the NFC Championship game, and I think if they beat the Buccaneers, that's basically going to be their Super Bowl game. As long as they don't sleepwalk into this one, they stay motivated, I think the Packers win it. Okay, everyone, that's going to do it for the video today. My updated predictions for the NFL playoffs. In the comments down below, let me know who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl and who do you have winning the Super Bowl this year. If you enjoyed the video and you found it useful, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure to follow me at my social links, which are on the screen for you guys right now. But that's going to do it for me today, everyone. See you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.